Good morning all, happy Tuesday. It is just after 8 o'clock. Charlie is awake in his room. I have put on the start of my sourdough to autolyse. I think that's how we figured out it was pronounced. I've made myself a cup of peppermint and honey tea, because that's what I'm doing now. And I'm about to portion out our yogurt that Timmy made yesterday into some pots. According to the Instant Pot, we've got 2/3 of an 8 quarts thing. I don't know what that equates to. Alrighty, let's see how this goes. Ho 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 ho. I also don't know if you're meant to mix in the thing on the like this fat on top. Let me try. Yum. This is probably the best consistency one he's made. Sometimes the whey separates too much, but this is lovely. Oh no! Look at that! That's some homemade yogurt. So that's like 4 litres of homemade yogurt that Timmy made. And Charlie and I will enjoy this, and Timmy will enjoy it. Just good stuff. I got a very good husband. He's a very good at making things and doing things and looking after us. Anyway, I should continue my morning, finish doing the other loaf of sourdough, because I'm doing 2 loaves today. I'm doing a wholemeal and a multigrain. I think I did a video on that a while ago and failed. But this time, because I'm not filming, I bet it's gonna go well. Watch that. Anyway, alright, we shall check in with you later. Look at my beautiful husband mowing the lawn on his lunch break. Oh, he's got a tree. I got such a hard-working husband. It's a bit later in the day than when I last checked in. I feel like the days lately of me just smashing out as much as possible in the morning so that I can survive Charlie's nap time without going crazy. But I did my 2 loaves of sourdough. Got my I've got my wholemeal loaf there and a multigrain loaf there, which is pumpkin seeds, sesame, poppy, and some oats. So that's done. I also made chickpea tikka masala and some rice, also not pictured, but that was very beautifully made by my husband. It was homemade garlic cheese naan, which was nice. And now I just gotta clean the kitchen. Yay. Hey, hon. Alrighty. Kitchen, time-lapse time. That probably only took like 10 seconds in video form, but I've been filming for 17.5 minutes. Every time I turned around there was just more to clean, but done the dishes, filled the drying rack, and then the overflow is over the stove. Cleaned up after the sourdough. We've got these wine bottles still. Don't know where they're gonna live, I guess they just live there. And there's also that stuff, but I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm so tired. But I made Tim a tea. Say that 10 times really fast. I made Tim a tea. I can see the washing I've got to put away while I'm standing here. So I should probably go get more stuff done for the afternoon. I don't think you're interested in watching me clean. I actually came out here to mow, but someone wants me to have other plans. I'm just gonna put the batteries in, mate, and then we're gonna have to use this. You wanna chuff? Can you chuff? Just like just a little bit away. Just like that way, please. Go somewhere else, please. You're very cute, but just like not here, please. I'm not too good with birds. Please just not be close to me. Over there, over there. Okay, that'll do. Yes, so on a whim, as I was as my son was waking up from his last nap, I decided that I should try and get a spot of mowing done. Because my husband is doing such a good job with the big lawn, I'm going to try and do a little hammock area. Or do what I can before he screams too much. You know? It actually didn't take too long. I've only been filming for like 5 minutes. Is it the best job in the world? No. Is it something my son can play on? Yes. And that's all that matters. We're just going to ignore the long grass in the background. Focus on the nice short grass.
Chaos afternoon, man. Honestly. I thought I'd better go quickly and do a walk, you know. Pull out the camera, and I glanced down at, like I had the camera on. Glanced down at the gate, and there's a car turning around in the driveway. Or just across from the driveway, really, which looks like, because we've got cameras, looks like it was coincidence. But it caught my attention. I looked closer, and then noticed a little white tail going under the fence. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And then they very naughtily led me on a 5-minute goose chase up the street. So I've got some exercise. And they're okay, but oh dude, like why? Why are they gotta be like this? We need to get the driveway reworked, but it's just money that we don't have. And more money is being stolen by politicians for wars that we don't need to have, and taxes to pay for crap that we don't benefit from. Here's what it is. So I'm just going to get a few more steps and go back to work. On the plus side, I have had some positive progress, is the word, on this new little side business thing that I want to build, which I've been looking at for a little while. But oh, I'm tired. I'm trying to figure out how I can do more with less time, because I don't have a lot of time. So I'm building out AI to do different things that could ideally generate some more income for me, so that I can pay for all those wars and silly things the governments are paying for. Apparently, it's exhausting. Hannah's made me some coffee, which I don't normally drink coffee at, you know, almost 6 o'clock at night, but here we are. It's because I said I was feeling like just going down the street and grabbing some energy drinks and trying to pull an all-nighter or something, which is not good for my health, and my health has got to come closer to first, you know. I've got a book. We were talking about this, the move to Vanuatu is one thing, but we have been planning for a long time to get out and just visit, because we've got people out there that we know and love, and I'm losing my mind here. So we just need to get out. But then, you know, cost of everything is just flying through the roof at the moment. So, gotta get out. I'm going crazy. Gotta get out. Gotta build so that I can cover more of my costs and silly government costs. And then just breathe. On a beach somewhere, drink some coconut and kava with a beautiful community of people. That's what I need. And to cut up this timber that I've been talking about for a long time. Look at this. This is beautiful. This timber sort of looks twisted, like it's been twisting around. Anyway, beautiful timber. I do love the sort of quiet farm almost lifestyle. I just need more time to cosplay as a outback rural man. I feel like I'm still trapped in the city. That's pretty much what I do all day, is just work. Got this beautiful property. The Bible says that the lender will be slave to the... No, the borrower will be slave to the lender. It's true. Here we are in this beautiful paradise, and I'm trapped. I get allowed out into the yard for however many minutes a day to do a couple laps, run some errands. I'd had, on my lunch break today, I jumped on the mower. Got a little bit of mowing done, but then it was going to wake Charlie, so I had to stop. And then back to my quarters, the old office. One thing I'm looking forward to, right? So we've got debt on this house. We're very lucky in that we don't have any other debt, but we own our cars. We own everything else. I use a credit card solely to, gain points and for buyer protection on stuff. But it's paid off every month. It's basically, I use it as like a glorified debit card. We always have the money we spend, except for the house. But when we move, part of me wants to, Hannah's on board with this too, very much so. Part of me doesn't want to buy straight away. Like we would rather rent. Because I don't want I'm tired, I don't want the pressure of paying a mortgage, owing crazy amounts of money. People deciding to go and start wars or do silly things with our country's energy, and suddenly my house costs more, because the mortgage rates go up. I don't want that. But I'm also hyper aware that renting is a lot more expensive out there. So obviously there's limited housing. There is a flat, something I learned about the tax over there, there's a flat 15% tax on rental properties that cannot be offset. So when you've got a business or a house here in Australia, you can offset your tax. So if, I rent a house out for, call it $1,000 per unit of time, whatever. If during that time I have $100 of property maintenance, $100 of whatever else it is, then that offsets how much my tax is calculated on. If I'm explaining that right, I'm very tired. So instead of in Australia being taxed on the full $1,000, I'm taxed on 1,000 minus expenses. Not the case in Vanuatu. You tax 15% on revenue, not profit. So you bring in $1,000, you taxed on $1,000. Even if during that time it's cost you 500, there's no offsetting. So rent is significantly more expensive out there compared to borrowing. And another factor is because the bank home loan rates over there are not good, compared to here. So here, the average rate's somewhere 5 to 6% roughly. But over there, you're looking at sort of somewhere between 7 to 10% at the moment. And I suspect again that will all change very soon, because the global house of cards is falling. Anyway. So we will rent if we can, I think. I'd rather not have a big debt. I don't want any debt. I just want to work, get paid for what I do, work hard, be paid for what I work, the effort that I put in, and the productivity that I'm able to create. Not have it stolen by the government and not owe somebody, 30 years of working like this without a break. The current system that we've got is designed for working couples. So mum and dad should go to work while the kid should be parented by the government in daycare, which is not what we're here to do, So it's my job to fight the government on that front, make sure that my wife can be the mother that she wants to be, not the worker that she has to be. It's not easy, it's exhausting, it's deflating, but it's my job, so I'm going to do it. because that's what being a man is about, is doing what you got to do. Sometimes it's thankless work, sometimes it's gruelingly difficult, but again, this shouldn't be surprising, Kookaburra, because the Bible was telling Adam for sin, you will spend your days working and it will be difficult to get fruit. The ground will not be your friend. Back in the Garden of Eden, everything just worked. It was perfect. It was the way God intended. Man and God walked side by side in the garden, and man was told to look after the garden, look after creation. But then sin entered, and the man's punishment is you will work hard and everything will be difficult for you. So, not surprising that that's what life is like, because that is what we deserve. But again, the punishment for sin, the ultimate punishment for sin is death. But we don't have to pay that death, because Jesus Christ paid that death for us. That debt is gone. Thankfully. It's been paid. Nothing outstanding. Anyway. Also, I find it wild, as somebody who's taxed like 30 to 47%, depending on what part of my income you're looking at, how come the government wants that much when God only wants 10? I think God's done a lot more for me than the government has, and God only wants 10%. The government wants almost 50. So something's not right there. Bye.